How's it going, everybody? For this week we will be sticking to the topic of maps. I've briefly talked about the possibility of 3 zone maps without minion lanes in the Saturday video, and I will elaborate on that topic later this week, as well as the competitive viability of each map. It's a given that some maps are just for clowning around. For today I want to have a look at a line in the patch notes about Beachhead. Slightly adjusted spawn positions for defenders and attackers. As the wording is pretty vague, we'll be looking at it a little closer. What does it actually mean and what effects did it have on starting rotations? Most of you know that we separate maps in home point maps and side point ones. Sanctuary Bridge is a home point map, for example, and High Fort is a side point one. Main difference is that at the start of a match, can you get an uncontested cap of 1 point, or can the opposing team mess with you and will a fight decide who actually gets the point? I did tests for Beachhead during the last testing round, as that one introduced a singular capture time no matter how many people were on a point. And granted that the current event game mode also has that feature, you can assume that this one will come eventually. We are looking at a 5.5 second capture time, and that's also the context in which I'm looking at the spawn changes for this map. Let's start with defenders then. These are not the fanciest graphics, but I think they will do. You've seen me run a few routes in the intro clips already. These times are obviously not absolutely consistent because there are 4 different spawn locations, and bumping into teammates is also a thing. The runs were done with the fastest characters with a sprint speed of 7.5 meters per second. These values can be found in the info hub, so if you're too lazy to boot up the game, you can do the math for other heroes or figure out the actual distances. Go wild! So these are the fastest paths, and these are the pre-patch values. 7.9 seconds to A and 11.9 seconds to C. And these are the values after last week's patch. 7.8 seconds to A and 11.6 seconds to C. So ever so slightly faster. Almost negligible. I'll give context in just a second. Let's look at the attackers first. Pre-patch, we're looking at 13.5 seconds to A and 7.5 seconds to C. And the patch changed this to 12.8 to A and 7.2 to C. This is a much bigger change than the defender spawn, but both of them were moved forward ever so slightly. Now, I did mention the capture time of 5.5 seconds in the beginning. Now you can check the 2 times that each team needs to run to a point, and if these values are within a margin of 5.5 seconds, let's say 6 seconds just to be absolutely sure, then the point capture can be contested. In our case, we are looking at a value of 5 seconds for A and 4.4 seconds for C. The lower the value, the easier it is to arrive in time and contest. And this now also means that each time your team composition has a fast moving character, both zones can be contested at the beginning of a match. The fact that defenders still have an easier time to arrive in time means that this change didn't really do all that much. It got slightly easier for attackers, but same goes for defenders. In fact, attackers will still sometimes fail to arrive in time because the defenders can position themselves at the point entrance and body block a little bit, and on top of that, the minions for the attackers tend to get in the way. Defenders will never be hindered by their own minions in that same way. Until the capture time changes come, it's safest to send 2 people to your quote-unquote home point to secure the cap. Once the 5.5 second timer is in effect, this map will turn from home point to a side point map, so play it accordingly for now. We'll see if Ubisoft is happy with that change now, or maybe we'll get further adjustments. Having said that, hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.